Hey everyone, welcome to the SellOut Show. This is the raw and uncut version. Ooh, 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 ooh. We have a cool topic today, and this, again, all these things come from our real life experiences. This one came from me being on the buying side. Someone approached me with this. So, Dianna, tell them what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, so Shawn is going to give you a phrase that you should never, ever, ever use, and she's going to show you why and how to get more and more and more business by not using this phrase. So you do not want to miss this.
That's so sneaky. I love it. It's almost like clickbait.
It's clickbait. Watch and subscribe.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Okay. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Yay, we are recording.
Hello, welcome. Should we just jump right into it?
Let's jump into the deep end.
All right, good. So I'll start us off by saying welcome. Welcome, everyone, to the SellOut Show, where we are always sold out. I am Dianna Guerin. I am the irreverent sales girl, and my mission is to bring a dash of dignity to the art of selling.
Hey, Dianna. Hey, everyone. I'm Shawn Carroll Sandy. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer of the Selling Agency, where we coach humans how to sell to other humans. Because if you're selling like the 40-year-old virgin, too eager, too tentative, you're going to blow the deal before you have a chance to close.
I thought you said 4-year-old virgin. I'm like, what?
The 40-year-old virgin. You see Steve Carell? I hope you've seen that.
It's so good. That's a great movie. But no, you don't want to. If you sell like that, you're actually not going to be in sales for very long.
No, it came to mind because it was a big deal at the Golden Globes when Steve Carell finally met Kelly Clarkson, and there's the part in the movie where, was he getting waxed or something, and he yells out, Kelly Clarkson, and he had not met her since, forever, so.
That's adorable. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so you had a topic that you wanted to talk about today to help our sellers.
I did. I have this pet peeve, and someone said this to me the other day, trying to sell me something. I don't remember if it was an email or over the phone, but they said, blah, 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 one-stop shop, blah, 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 for all your needs. And I mean, if I could eye roll any harder, I would like be looking down my back. Like, one-stop shop. Listen up, y'all. A one-stop shop is Walmart. It's a convenience store. We may on occasion need to buy underwear the same place that we buy apples, but that is not how we really prefer things. I mean, Victoria's Secret exists, Sephora exists, Joseph A. Banks exists. That's not our preference. We want highly specialized, highly customized things. So
we do.
If anywhere in your offer you say one-stop shop, immediately people are aligning you with Walmart and a convenience store. I mean, what is your thought on this?
Well, I mean, first of all, I just hate phrases like that don't actually mean anything.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So don't use phrases that don't mean anything. Even if they used to, they don't mean anything anymore. So yeah, I think there was a time when the supermarket became a really compelling thing because, you used to have to go to the butcher and the vegetable. But, one-stop shop, that's over. It's the same as like saying things like, we think out of the box. Well, no, you actually don't, because you just use that phrase. So that's the first thing. The second thing that comes to mind, if I really think about it, is, depending on the service that it is, I don't know that you can be good at everything. Most people are either really kind of mediocre at everything, or they're really, really, really good at one thing. And I want to hear, I don't know where to put you in my brain if I don't know what you are known for.
Yes, I can give you a really specific example of how this shoots you on the foot. So at Office Max, selling print services, there's nothing we couldn't do. I mean, we had digital equipment, but we could be a broker and send something off. We just got unstable. I just got the you are unstable notification. I'm back to being stable.
I'm stable.
So, at Office Max, you could, we had digital equipment, so our digital print, and then we could do I could have forms printed and mass, 10 million forms. I can do that. I can be a broker for that. You want t-shirts printed, I can do that. So I had a client and we got in through the digital door and we printed some stuff for them. And I'm explaining, I thought I'd done a great job of explaining the suite of services we offered. And I showed up after we did a project, I came in like about a month later, and on her desk, I see these like super nice, beautiful, custom made portfolio bound things, their logo. And I was like, holy shit, these are probably like, $40 a piece, and she's got 300 of them on her desk. I'm like,
and you could have done them.
And I could have done that. And I said,
oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, I could have taken care of that for you. She goes, oh, I didn't even think of you. She's like, gosh, if I had known you could do that, I would have done that. And I was like, I explained all that to you. Or obviously I didn't do a good job of doing it.
Right.
So what happens is when we show up and say, hey, we can do all this stuff, one thing, and the first thing probably is the thing that's cemented in your customers' brains. And we have to figure out a way, and I did get better at this, and I'll tell you why, or how. We have to get better at explaining our suite of solutions and how we are specialists and experts in all these different things, and not the Walmarts and the convenience stores. I mean, when you think of one-stop shop, when you think of Walmart, it's convenient up until a point, right? What do people really think about them? And I probably should not bash Walmart. Like, in Walmart?
Well, no, I mean, no, look, it's no surprise. There's one thing they do really great, and it's roll back the prices.
Right.
People who, that is their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually, one-stop shop they kind of have become that, but their thing isn't one-stop shop. Their thing is rolling back the prices. So what people associate it with is people who, don't have as much to spend, are going to spend their money at Walmart. And they've filled that niche very effectively.
Right. Yeah. And it's convenience and it's cheap, right? Just like same thing. Well, opposite though, the convenience store where everything's convenient, you're going to pay through the nose.
Right.
You pay like $7 for a tube of chapstick because your lips are cracking and falling off. Right.
Right. You can have, what is it? You can have fast, easy, good. You can have 2 of them, but not all 3.
Yes. So I wanted to share, if you have multiple offers, if you've got a suite of solutions, how do you get in front of your customers so that they remember, so that they know and they understand that you are not a one-stop shop, that you're not, fast, cheap, easy. I sound like I'm describing like a loose woman.
Or a car. No, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to offer up any solutions here?
Well, I mean, I can't wait to hear what you have to say, but I think the thing that Alice Hyman says this all the time is how you know that your prospect is listening to the conversation, 100% attention, is they're the ones talking.
Oh, good, Alice.
I know, right? She says it much more eloquently than that. But what I leave with is, if I really want somebody to know what it is that we offer and how we do something, I have them sort it out conversationally. So I would say something like, not only do we bloody blah, but we also bloody blah. Do you ever do that kind of printing? Do you ever do that kind of activity? And then hear them articulate back for you what you do, and then affirm that, we actually do that. How would that look in your world? So always kind of painting the picture so that that person is painting the picture, not you.
Yeah. Asking them the questions about what they do instead of pitching or presenting, or here's our portfolio with all the different things we do. No one's going to read it. No one's going to pay any attention to it. They're never going to see it again. You've just wasted $7.85 of, print stuff. Asking questions is a great way to get them talking about it. So that starts the conversation. And then here's what I learned from that experience, and especially with print. It's, you have to tackle one thing first, especially if you're encountering someone who has a problem. They're only thinking, they're thinking about the problem first. Now, if the problem has multifaceted, awesome. But generally, you're going to find it's a singular problem that you can solve. So start with that problem first and work from there. Instead of trying to present everything you can do, that actually does not really go very well. This is really important if you are going in, and this is most everyone's B2B sales situation, and trying to upseat a current vendor, an incumbent.
Yeah.
Pick one place to start. Saying, I'm going to come in and I'm going to upseat all your vendors that do these different things for you and bundle it all. That is really comprehensive and oftentimes overwhelming for your buyer.
Yeah.
I know, for me, the cost of change and the thought of the process of change sometimes is like, whoa, okay, that's too much. So pick one place to start. And then, start the conversations about the other things. What are you experienced around this and these problems? And the best way to connect them to the solutions you can offer there is to bring in other people on your team to come in. I may know everything about it, but it wasn't until I brought in, my print production manager to talk about the process of how we handle a really big hoo-ha, whatever, that they connected that with the outcome. Because for me, I started the conversation in one lane, and now I brought in someone else to talk about that. So that was really, really key for me.
Well, I think you're hitting such an important point that you just got to highlight is the fastest way to lose a sale is to start selling something else before you've got ink on paper for the first thing.
Oh, yeah. I have so done that so many times.
Oh, because you get so excited. You've got a yes, and you're like, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? Right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, our time's up.
Exactly.
Gotta go. Oh, and yeah, we'll get back to you never.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
It's so bad. Or that, this kind of goes, we've talked about this before, but when you're working with somebody or to get a deal put together and they're like, oh, and my lights just went off in my office. I'm not moving around enough. So, here we go. Here's the sensor, the motion sensor. When they're like, oh, and I need to refer you to somebody else. You slow it down. Be like, oh, let's get our thing put together. And then I'm happy to focus on anyone that you'd like to connect me with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're the most important thing though.
Exactly. I mean, you can earn your credibility that way too. Say, oh my gosh, you are so kind, but let me prove that I can do this one thing first, or let me prove that we can, find the solution, the right solution, and get this thing up and running first, and give you my full attention before introduce it. I'm going to make a note, to meet that other person. And then down the road, you meet other people and expand in the organization. That's the other secret. It's, start with one thing, bring in other people and then meet other people in the organization. And that is how you pitch a suite of solutions. I think there were times we did it really well at Office Max, and there's times we didn't, where we would go in and, take in, let's convert all your office products, print and furniture and ink and toner and blah, blah, blah. People are like, I just met you.
We only just met.
We've only just met. Yes. So there's just a right way and not great way to do that. And
well, you brought up something really super important too, is you're not unlike everybody who, except for like maybe Elon Musk doesn't mind change because he's an agent of one, but people don't normally really like to change because it's painful and you have to like learning curve. So if you can come in and demonstrate what it's like to work with you through a process of change, you have a lot more access to other things and say, well, that was painless. How's your furniture situation? Or do you know what I mean? So then you have the opportunity. It's like we talk about with prospecting. At every aspect of the sale, you have the opportunity to express your brand.
Absolutely. You said something that just gave me chills. You said you can demonstrate to your prospect what it's like to work with you through the process of change ahead of time. Like, we've got to show people now. We can't sell a solution and then tell them how we're going to do it. It's so important that you demonstrate what that process of change looks like. And I think, great salespeople now, depending on what you're selling, so much are project managers, and they're, before the sale even happens, they're looping in resources. They're showing you how they're going to, change the outcome for your team and get your team involved and manage change. I mean, it's a really different skill than I think we've seen in a lot of different sales people before.
Yeah. Customer service is your competitive advantage at earning big bucks. Because if your customer is satisfied, they'll buy more with you, they'll refer more. Now that we're in this world of it's harder and harder to start that initial conversation, customer service is everything. And if you're not with a company that you feel delivers that really well, you might want to find somebody who is, or impact it. Bless you.
Amen to that. Thank you.
Amen. Hallelujah. Anyway, so yeah, that's and that's one thing that we talk about in the Solid 6 Blueprint. There's 6 aspects that you have to get good at, but customer service and making sure your client is satisfied is absolutely one of them.
Right. And there was so much good. There was so much that was brilliant about bundling the different service lines at Office Max. I mean, nothing in an organization happens in a vacuum. You don't go to work and print stuff. You sit in a chair, you have a desk, you use a computer, all these things go together. But if you look at how people process change, I mean, we're risk averse. Human nature is to be risk averse. And so if you show up with a solution and say, it's a one-stop shop, let's get rid of all these other vendors and all these other things, let's make this huge change. I mean, people that is a really, really scary thing. That's a lot of risk. Not only are you going to upset this apple cart, but this one. I mean, that could totally blow up in your face.
I'm just going to come upset all your apple carts, and you can all come over to me and trash your relationships that you've already got. And yeah. So I'm guessing that you're not buying from this person who's offering you a one-stop shop solution.
No, I am not, because I can't remember. I don't even remember what their offer was. They didn't even, I mean, the problem was they didn't do their homework, and they didn't apply. I wouldn't be a good candidate for them. They got my name off the list, a chamber list. And so I wouldn't have been a good candidate for them anyway. So 1, they didn't do their homework, but 2, their offer was to be a one-stop shop for, I think it was insurance, healthcare benefits for all my employees.
I
mean, that was, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
All of your employees. All one employee.
Yeah. I mean, I said, how did you get my name? He said, well, I've got it from this chamber list. I said, oh, okay. So, well, what's your due diligence before you call someone? I don't even think he knew what that meant. Bless his heart. Nice kid, young guy.
What is the one thing you're really good at? One-stop shopping?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Next time someone comes at me with we're a one-stop shop for this, blah, 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 I'm going to say, well, tell me what is the one thing you're really great at?
Yeah, you're better at than anybody else.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so I think we've beaten this dead horse to water or something.
And mixed analogies and
exactly. Yeah. So point being, don't be a one-stop shop. You are not a generalist. No one really loves the fact that they can buy their underwear and their ice cream at the same place that they can get their eye makeup and, their iPods.
It's not the best. It's not the best customer experience. All right, I'm gonna kick us out of here by saying, stop hoping
and start selling.
That's right. Bye.